How you doing, everybody? It's Dan from SuckleBusters. Today we're going to talk about stuffing versus dressing. Let me tell you a story. When I was about 10 years old, everybody got invited to make a dish to bring to the Thanksgiving dinner. Aunt Mimi, she volunteered for dressing, okay? She didn't show up with dressing. Aunt Mimi wasn't from the South. She showed up with stuffing. When time came around to put it on my plate, I looked at that and I did not want to touch it. But my mom made me take a bite anyway. I ended up spitting it out, running outside crying and hurting Aunt Mimi's feelings. Two things came out of that story. One is when I got home, I got a whooping for hurting Aunt Mimi's feelings. And number two, Aunt Mimi was never invited to cook dressing at the family dinner again. And in 50 years, we've always had dressing. I'm going to show you how to do it today. Stay tuned. Okay, now the first step in making cornbread dressing is making cornbread. We have an awesome recipe on our website. It's simple, okay? Milk, flour, cornmeal, sugar, oil, salt, baking powder, and a couple of eggs. Oh, you need a cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, go get one. You can thank me later. Let me show you how we mix this up. First step on the cornbread is mixing all your dry ingredients into a bowl. You're gonna do a cup and a half of cornmeal, a half a cup of flour, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a quarter cup of sugar. Just put them in your bowl and blend them together well. Step number two, once your dry ingredients are blended well, you're gonna add your wet ingredients. You're gonna add 2 eggs, a third of a cup of oil, and a cup and a quarter of milk, and then just incorporate those into your mix. Once the cornbread mix is ready to go, the next step is to put it in your cast iron skillet. So you're gonna take your cast iron skillet, put it on your grill, your oven, set to 400, let the skillet get super, super hot. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of baking grease to the skillet, pour in the mix, and then put it back in the oven. Okay, now you're going to want to pour your mixture into your cast iron. You're going to know that it's hot enough when you pour it in there, it'll start to sizzle. That gives it a nice crust whenever you cook it, and I like to start it out hot. Once your mixture is in your cast iron, you're just going to put it in your oven. You're going to cook it at 400 for about 30 minutes. After you put the cornbread in the oven or on your grill, next you're going to chop up 2 stalks of celery, 1 onion, and you're going to need a half stick of butter. We're just going to saute our onions and celery on the flat top. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. When they're translucent, we just pull them to our baking dish. So you're going to want to run your cornbread about 30 minutes at 400. You can check it by just inserting a butter knife. If it comes out clean, the cornbread's ready to pull. Okay, we pulled the cornbread. We're going to use the entire batch plus 6 biscuits. Add a couple extra rolls, so I'm going to throw those in as well. We're just going to mash these all up and put them in our baking pan. Okay, next up we're going to add our sage, 1 teaspoon of sage. Just get it spread out as best you can. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of poultry seasoning, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and then we're going to salt to taste. And then we take 32 ounces of chicken stock or chicken broth, and then we just blend until everything's well incorporated. After everything's well incorporated, it's going to have a moist look to it. You can always add a little extra liquid if you need to. Time to just take it to the oven or the grill, 400 degrees for about 30 minutes until it turns golden brown. The dressing's all done. It's nice and golden brown. Nothing better to serve it up on a full plate of food. We're plated up with turkey, ham, and all the fixings. We're going to add just a little bit of turkey gravy. And now for the ultimate Thanksgiving bite, homemade cranberry sauce, smoked turkey, and dressing. Now that is Thanksgiving. Hey, thanks for stopping by SuckleBusters Kitchen today. The next time you get asked to cook stuffing or dressing, don't be an Aunt Mimi. Cook cornbread dressing. It's easy to do. You can cook it all on your grill, and everybody's going to be pleased. God bless you guys, and happy Thanksgiving.